Hey everybody, it's Cassie and welcome to my channel. Today is Top 5 Wednesday and we are going to talk about our nostalgic book boyfriends slash girlfriends. Books we read way back when and had crushes on the characters. I have picked out 4 guys and 1 girl. I will let you know the reasons why when I get to that character. The first series I am going to talk about is none other than Twilight. This series has so many problems in it, but when I read it in high school, it was like junior year when the movies started coming out, and you know, you just read it and it was, you thought it was good. I had a hard time choosing between Jacob and Edward. I loved them both. I loved the traits of both characters. They really, really loved and cared for Bella. I wish she would have went to Jacob, but it seemed like for her he was more of a friend type relationship. And then Edward was like this creepy stalker guy who goes and watches her while she sleeps. But besides that, the way he cared for her and watched out for her, I really liked. And Jacob, he was fun to hang out with. Take away the stalker crazy stuff, and I think Edward maybe would have been a good guy. But that was my high school fictional crush, was this right here. The next character that I'm going to talk about is Christopher, and he is in the Moorehawke Trilogy by Celine Kiernan. I really love his character. He is a strong character in this book, in this trilogy. He protects the main character. He looks after his best friend, and I feel like he does so much. He knows so much about the land. He loves music. He used to be able to play a string instrument, but he has a hard time doing that now because when he was younger he stole something. They took his ability to play music. They took his fingers, destroyed his hands, and his fingers are all crooked, and it's just, and the main character does not look at that. She does, she looks at his personality, and I think that's great, and he is such a great character, and I really love him. I really need to finish the last book. I've started, but I have not finished. I want to reread it. It's a great trilogy to start on when you're going into fantasy, I think. I love the world, I love the character. Next book I'm going to talk about is Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen. This book will always have a place in my heart. I love the history of circuses, of, anything. I love historical fiction. And a circus book really interested me. And the character Jacob Jankowski. Now, I read this when the movie came out. And then I saw the movie, and it was so good. The way you learn about the animals treated in the circus is awful. And it breaks my heart to know that that's how animals were treated. And then this character comes in, and he is a vet. He loves to take care of animals. Seeing him come into the book, taking care of these animals, especially the elephant, and the horses, and just his love for them just makes me love him. He is so good with them, and the way he cares for Marlena in this book shows how a great person he is, a personality. He truly cares for not only her but the animals, and I have to say I hate August. If there is a villain in this book, it's August, and he is terrible. Oh my gosh. But anyways, back to the boyfriend thing. Jacob Jankowski, Water for Elephants, such a good book. I know people don't want to read it because of the way the animals are treated, but the way Jacob treats the animals, it's such a refreshing thing to read about in a bad time where animals were treated. Okay, so I know I said that I had 4 boyfriend crushes and 1 girl crush. Well, I'm changing it to 3 guys and 2 girls because I was going to go with Gail, from the Hunger Games. I changed my mind. It's gonna be Katniss. I mean, come on. She is a strong character. She sticks up for her sister. She takes her place. She tries to defend all the, you know, she does what she can to survive. Not only her, but other players in the Hunger Games. She tries to do what she can. Sometimes it does not work out, and she loses people, but she, you know, gains friends, and she is strong. She fights for what she wants. She does not give up, even when things go really, really bad. And it really shows her character, the way she... I just love Katniss. I mean, I want to be able to shoot a bow and arrow like she did. I used to. I used to do archery all the time when I was younger, and I miss it. It was so, so fun. And when I'd watch her do it, I'd want to be able to do that. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I miss those days when I could do archery. And I just think she is such a great character. I think she is a very good role model. Katniss Everdeen sticks up for her family, sticks up for her friends, does what she can for her world, tries to make it a better place, to end the games. Katniss Everdeen is such a great character. I highly recommend this trilogy. If you have not read it, where have you been? She is, like I said, it was Gale. It's not going to be Peeta. I think that's his name. I mean, the way Suzanne Collins wrote the book for us to try to fall in love with Peeta, I feel like it was forced. I mean, they were putting the games together. It was forced. They were to be the love interest. I didn't want that. I'd rather her be with Gale. But that didn't happen. So, Katniss Everdeen. And the last character I'm going to mention is Wisty from the Witch and Wizard series by James Patterson. This series is so good. I read this when I started getting back into reading fantasy, YA. It was a long time before I finally picked up a book again. And I loved it. I have not finished the last 2 books. I really want to. I plan on rereading it to see if I could get the same feeling I got from them when I first started reading. But Wisty, she can control fire. She is basic. I don't know if she's a witch, but she's also like a fire elemental. And I think it's so cool that she can control that. She loses her parents and she tries to rescue them, her and her brother. And the series goes from between her and her brother, different chapters for each. And I prefer her chapters more than her brother's chapters. I love seeing what she has to go through. She gets captured. She has to deal with so much, and also learning to deal with her powers that she just discovered. And she is a strong character for being a teenager. She goes through way, way too much. And I applaud her for doing what she has had to do. She's made friends, she's lost friends, but she has stayed strong from what I've read. Like I said, I have not read the last 2. I need to see what in the world happens to her and her brother. Do they make it? Do they not? Do they save their family? I've got to find out. Alright guys, so that is all of the boyfriend-girlfriend top 5 Wednesdays. I hope I've got my thoughts across. I've never done this before. This is my first top 5 Wednesday, my first time ever really talking about characters. I know it's all over the place. I want to get better at discussing my thoughts, and what better way than to do it through YouTube and talking to you. And I hope to get better at this. Those that follow me now, I hope a year or 2 from now I sound so much better, and I will have you guys to thank. Who were your top 5? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you're reading, what you're up to, what your weather is like. I'd like to know. It is nasty. It is raining. I have been sick. My kids have been sick. I hope you guys have an awesome day. I hope you have an awesome week, and I will see you next week in a video. Bye.